Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Yes.
Now, Lauryn Hill is tired of y'all saying that she's always late for her shows, so she had to address it.
Say, yeah, she's late. She's late a lot. Yo, y'all lucky I make it on this blood rise stage every night. I don't do it because they let me do it. I do it because I stand here in the name of God, and I do it. God is the one who allows me to do it, who surrounded me with family and community when there was no support, when the album sold so many records, and no one showed up and said, hey, would you like to make another one? So I went around the world and I played the same album over and over and over again. Because we're the survivors. And we're not just the survivors, we're the thrivers.
Well, question, isn't she often late? Like, nobody's making that up. That's not a false narrative, right?
No. Everybody who says that they went to go see a show said she was late.
Was she late to that show? Is that why she addressed it?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
I
mean, listen, man, you know, it just seems like Lauryn is in rare air because she's like one of the only artists alive that can treat her fans terribly and folks still love it. I got love for Lauryn Hill, and I understand how hard it is to mentally and emotionally work yourself up to show up to things. But if you are constantly late, it's still unprofessional, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you take on the responsibility to be somewhere and provide a service, then you have to be there and provide that service. Like, you know, I've heard stories of folks waiting 2 and 3 hours for Lauryn. And some people don't have the luxury of waiting.
That's right.
And they be having to leave. So, you know, and Lauryn should really, you know, truly show up for her fans.
On time.
Yeah.
On time.
You can't tell them I'm lucky that I even make it here.
No, because people have schedules. They have babysitters. They have times that they can allot to make sure they can see your performance.
And why would they cheer for that?
I don't know.
like, why would they cheer? Like, if she was late and then she's telling y'all lucky I even made it here, that's nothing to cheer about, because the reality is, like, you know, she should feel blessed and lucky that her fans still care enough to wait for her after all these years.
Well, I don't know if you remember, I think last week a woman called and said that she couldn't see actually Lauryn Hill because she had to go. She had to leave. She had work in the morning and she had kids and she couldn't leave, and she paid this money, and she really wished that she would have been able to see them.
Love Lauryn Hill to death, but you can't take advantage of the folks of the love that folks have for you.
Absolutely. Now, JCole, he was doing a podcast with Lil Yachty and talks about he doesn't charge for features.
Yo, bro, it's just a bar, bro. Like a lot of my bars be really on point, but man, that's just a flex. Like, I'm not gonna charge $2,000 a word. I don't even charge for the word. I'm doing this because I'm inspired to do it, and like, you know, and that's a cool way for me to address. Like, there's a thing going on that think I get $2,000 a word. Like, bro.
I'm glad you could have, because back home calculating like.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Nah,
I'm not charging it because, you know, I want to be on the song. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't do that.
I respect it. That keeps you honest. That keeps you honest, because that way every feature you do is a feature you actually want to do. And like he said, you got to be inspired to do certain things. So you might hear a beat and that inspiration hits you and you're like, oh, I want to jump on this. But, you know, when somebody comes to you with a bag and says, hey, I would like for you to get on this, you might, you know, compromise yourself sometimes.
That's right.
Because you can do it. He's a rapper. He's a dope rapper. So he can write to anything, I'm sure.
Now he also talks about the Kendrick Lamar collab album that never happened.
Gang of beats I did. I gave him. Some of them, like, maybe had a hook on them and a verse, this, that, and the third. So he took them. And, you know, in that moment, we talked about, yo, bro, we should do a project. You know what I mean? Like, at that time, he not on like that. But I'm with him. I had met him. I think at that time, him being so excited, because that's a look for him at that point. So I think he went to Twitter, like, me and J.Cole got something crazy coming. And he put up a picture of us.
Yeah.
And from that moment, the fan base he had at the time, mixed with mine, was like, what you mean by that? When he did an interview, whatever, they asked him, he's like, yeah, we doing a project, boom, boom, boom. I believe that's how it happened. But a couple months before his first album came out, so at one point it was a real thing. Time in life, we ain't never got a chance to like really go in and do it correctly, because that would take time, bro. For us to do something like that's full of our potential, that meets our real potential, bro, that you're gonna need time. Like
years, maybe.
Yeah, maybe years, maybe at least a year. You feel me?
Has that ship sailed?
I don't think so. I think they can still do it. I would love to hear it.
I feel like it sailed a little bit. I'd like to hear them collaborate. I don't know if I want to hear a whole project.
I think it would be dope.
I'd like to see JCole do an album produced by Havoc or Mobb Deep. I don't know why I keep having that thought in my mind. You know, when you think about how Nas and Hit Boy got together and created magic, you know, I'd like to see JCole and Havoc from Mobb Deep do that as well. And I'd like to see Kendrick do a joint project with Rhapsody. That's what I'd like to see.
Now also
Just
JCole
doing hip hop what ifs.
Yeah. Now also JCole talks about Soulja Boy, how at first he wasn't really sure about Soulja Boy's I guess style and his musical influence.
Around the time Soulja Boy came out, I don't know how this happened, but I had a realization within myself. Cause I'm hearing that and I'm like, man, this Soulja Boy, tell him. It sounds crazy to say now because it's such a classic to me. But at that time I had resistance. Similar to when you came out and your class came out. I had resistance. Nah, that's not the thing that I love. Like, y'all with this. Like, I was one of them. Yeah. And it was literally a part of me that had a realization. I was young. And I was proud of myself for this realization. Because I was like, bruh, you a hater. Like, yo, you are literally hating. Yeah. Like, you are literally, you know you like this actually. Yeah. You be with your friends and you know you done did
By the way, that wasn't critique of Soulja Boy. That was critique of himself.
Correct.
That's self-awareness. Very hard for us to admit sometimes that we just hating. Jealousy and envy destroy from within.
Well, Soulja Boy responded.
Bro, what the fuck is so? Oh, that wasn't my cup of tea, and I wasn't really. Shut the fuck up. You's a bitch. They ain't gonna talk about, I was a hater. Yes, you was a hater. We don't have to know. You don't have to tell the whole world you was hating on me, bro. We don't care. What the fuck? That's like me going on a podcast right now and be like, man, this JCole look dirty as he need to go wash his dreads. Feel like he stink. I ain't never listened to none of his music. When we was in the trap, we was listening to Gucci Mane and Young Jeezy. Like, bro, who gives a about my opinion, bro? Keep it to yourself.
Oh, man.
You can't tell someone how to react ever, right?
But
that was a little bit much.
That was a little too far. But come
on, Soulja.
They didn't have the first part. The first part, he started slow. He was like, nah, I respect J. Cole for what he said. And then he just went totally left.
I respect what both of them said. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell somebody how to react.
But he wasn't dissing Soulja Boy. He was
not dissing Soulja.
He was just saying, this is what I thought at first. But I rock with Soulja Boy. I F with the music.
He wasn't dissing Soulja. That was critique of him. That was critique of himself as a person. J. Cole. Right. Yes, but I understand where Soulja coming from. You ain't got to tell everybody you was hating on me. But if he's saying that, the critique himself,
yes,
I don't have a problem with it.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. Teslin Figueroa will be joining us. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.